into Boston for the lead. She hits it.
Okay, get this, with no Caitlin Clark, 6 key players sidelined, and every expert analyst counting them out before the series even began, things looked grim. And honestly, to make matters worse, the whistles, yeah, they definitely weren't in their favor. But here's the crazy part. When everything was stacked against them, they stacked up together. They played with pure heart and grit, showing incredible resilience. And on enemy ground, under the bright lights of this do-or-die battle, David absolutely slayed Goliath, pulling off a monumental upset that literally no one saw coming.
Could not get it to grow. Honestly, Sims, this is what head coach Stephanie White wants.
What follows is a full-blown recap of that insane game, so let's break down exactly how the Indiana Fever shocked the entire basketball world. With their season on the line, both teams exploded right off the gates. I mean, Jordan Canada immediately whips it around, a big Bree for the hoop and the harm, sounding the alarm early. You had Williams working inside, drawing the foul, and then after Ryan Howard stops and pops from 15 feet, Odyssey Sims shows everyone how it's really done, from deep splashing a top-of-the-key triple coming off an AB screen. But here's the thing, on the other end, Alicia Gray weaves through 3 screens to get the perfect angle, hunting her prey with a beautiful baseline fadeaway, but Atlanta quickly responds with an easy layup after Lexi Hull sets her up perfectly. After that, Jones and Tash trade inside buckets, keeping up this frantic back and forth pace, and with the Fever's bigs defending high, Canada just bolts her way to the cup, kissing it off the glass to tie the game at 11 apiece. What's even more insane is Sims then takes matters into her own hands, snaking her way through that red-hot defense and completely smoking the entire Dream defense.
Howard! Nothing but net!
Then, moments later, the Braided Bandits go for the 1-2 punch, feeding Howard to score on a 2-on-1. Now off a dribble handoff, Kelsey Mitchell gently takes off and serves it up perfectly for BG. But just when Killer Kelsey starts to rev up, here comes Taina Pau Pau crashing the party with back-to-back rim attacks to tie the game up. And in the very next play, Gray snatches the offensive board and follows it up to put the Dream right back on top. But get this, with the Dream still celebrating, Kelsey leaks out like the Epstein files and flicks a quick attack before the defense could even react. Sims tries to replicate what Kelsey just did, but Ryan Howard is right there, acting as the ultimate insurance policy. Then her lefty bestie picks up the rock and drops a gorgeous runner for the coast-to-coast finish. Now down by 2, Kelsey uses that Boston screen to lace up another 3-ball and retake the lead, but right before the quarter ends, Canada gets crafty, squeezing one in with her offhand against 3 white shirts. Despite the Dream dropping the last bucket, the Fever clings on to a 2-point lead at the end of the first. What's even more insane is in the next quarter, Aerial Powers opens things up with a major rejection, trying to keep the Fever on the right direction, but after Petty came up short on this trip, the Dream strikes right back as Gray finds Big Bree for a tough and 1 bucket on the break. On the other side, Howard attacks the loose defense to get a soft floater to drop, but this was quickly countered as Canada hits the trail and dishes to Hillman for a straightaway splash. With the ball game tied at 33, both teams keep slugging it out, no one giving an in. Now with Lexi Hull on an island with Canada, she puts her on the spin cycle before drilling a tough jump shot. Meanwhile, Money Mitch answers right back, cashing in 2 consecutive threes, one with no one around her and one with Gray closing out. And then the floodgates of threes just followed. Soon after, as Jones and Howard buried back-to-back downtown hits, while Lexi responded with one of her own. And to wrap up the quarter, here's Canada, using her insane speed against Turner's length to get down to the hole and finish right up in her alley. After 20 minutes of intense basketball, the Dream carries a 7-point lead at the half. But hold up, with 2 quarters left to go, the Fever knows that if the Dream breaks away early in the third, they are absolutely cooked. And so they quickly cut the gap right from the jump, with Howard attacking the closeout and driving on the baseline for 2. Now in the next possession, Sims circles her way through the defense, spins against Hillman, and absorbs the contact to get the bump and the bucket. Then, after the Fever forces a turnover, Sims pushes the leather in transition and bounces it off to the running Howard, who banks it in. And in this play, AB just muscles her way versus Jones and trickles in a lefty hook to tie the ball game at 57. Now right after Hillman sinks this 3, Bree and AB get tangled up with each other, and upon the whistle, AB gets called for a technical after shaking the cobweb off. That incident, it just fueled the intensity of the game even more, and in this scramble, Gray takes advantage of the situation as she sinks a corner 3 before diving to the cup, coming off the Howard brush screen. And speaking of Ryan Howard, the Dream's smooth operator has officially woken from her deep slumber as she knocks down this elbow jumper, then lays it up and in against tough defense on Lexi. With the lead going up to 8, Kelsey Mitchell scrapes 3 off the board plus the foul, and as Canada tries to sneak one in, Turner shuts it down, followed by a cold-blooded stare down. However, just like the previous quarter, Canada ends the third on her terms, turning on her Jets on the curl while completing another 3-point play. 69-73 is the score after 3, and with 10 minutes left to go, both squads just let it all out on the floor as the game gears toward a nail-biting finish. I mean, here's Sims using that Boston screen to get the mismatch, then she attacks the slow-footed Bree and spins the other way to drop that tough bucket. And after AB scores this right hook, Canada turns into Air Jordan, spreading her legs mid-air and stretching for that layup. Now down by 5, the Fever goes to AB in the paint, but with 3 shirts on her, she kicks it out to Shea Petty, and despite Gray contesting, Petty was all money, deadlocking the score at 80 with 3 minutes to go. Jones scores off Hillman's missed 3 ball, and without hesitation, Ryan Howard calmly steps into a 3 to punctuate a 5-0
Into Boston for the lead. She hits it.
At this crucial junction, the Fever could have easily folded under the immense pressure. However, that's not what happened, because they absolutely refused to rattle in the clutch. I mean, when they needed a much-needed bucket, they went straight to Killer Kelsey. And coming from the handoff, Mitchell cradles the rock and lays it up against the outstretched arm of Big Bree. Down by 3 with just a minute to go, the Fever goes for a double staggered screen to set up Kelsey. But here's the kicker: the Dreaming understood the assignment, deny Mitchell, not allowing her to get even a sniff of the ball. And with the Dream's defense absolutely hounding Kelsey and overplaying every single coverage, Lexi still finds a way to slice to the rim, cutting down the lead to just 1. Now with only 15 seconds left, Kelsey and AB try to go for a 2-man game, but Bree was there, quick as a flash to deflect and dive for the ball. Kelsey clears out the ball and Sims quickly passes it back inside to AB. Unbelievable tension.
ATO what? I can't hear you. ATO what?
Now after failing to inbound the ball the first time, the Dream tries to go to Bree Jones on the block, and then poof, Her Highness of Hustle, out of nowhere, swoops in to get the game-winning steal, and though the Dream gets one last crack to win the ball game, Jones bricks the shot, and just like that, that was the ball game. After fighting through adversity all season long, the Fever not only survived but advanced to the semifinals with a shocking upset against the third-seeded Dream, an unbelievable 87-85.